Yo, what's up, y'all? I am Treasur Necole, your favorite Scorpio, and you are watching Urban Grind TV. Now, we usually have like a bunch of guests, right? We usually have like 3 or 4 guests every show, but this guy is so special that he's the only guest tonight. So he's going to give y'all the full rundown on who he is, but I'll introduce him first, Mr. StankNasty. How you doing, StankNasty?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Now, you know what the first question is going to be, right?
Where did the name come from?
So, come on, just give it to me.
Well, it's kind of a long story. So, take this or okay.
No, I had to switch hands.
Okay, so when I was in high school, I had really fast feet. I was in a conditioning class, and the coach that was running the class saw me, and he's like, when he was doing roll call, because my last name is Stankowitz, right? And he was doing roll call, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna call you StankNasty. So then that stuck. That stuck, and I was just like, you know what? When I started getting into rap and everything, I just figured I would use that as my name, and I mean, it's an icebreaker a lot of times for people. So that's where we're at with it.
And then you know what? It's just like I ain't gonna put no ideas in his head, but when you blow up, he gonna want some money off that name. He gonna be like, let me get that 10%. But we're not gonna jinx that.
That's Coach Thomas. When this gets to you, thank you.
Exactly. So StankNasty, please, where do we start? Tell us who you are and what brought you to Urban Grind TV.
So, I've just been looking for opportunities, to kind of expand the brand a little bit and talk about hip-hop and everything that I'm working on. I've been doing this professionally since about 2017, so I'm just constantly working on new projects. I just released a music video, and, Urban Grind saw it, and we kind of linked up, and now here we are.
Nice. And what music video is that, if you could tell the people, and where they can watch it as well?
So the music video is called My Own Lane. You can find it on YouTube. It's actually featuring my beautiful fiance, and it was actually filmed at our house. It took a long time to get it together and everything, but it was worth it. So we're glad that we put it out and it turned out good.
And with that, your own lane. Talk about that, because so many people come through here and they say, oh, well, they're comparing themselves or competing rather with so many other rappers and singers. So what makes you different? What makes you in your own lane?
Well, with any artist, I think it's clear that there's influences and everything. But, when I say my own lane, I'm trying to, I guess, create my own sound. Obviously, there's going to be influences, create my own brand and everything. And, granted, hip-hop is competitive, but, again, I'm just trying to create my own identity in this and just not, be a copycat that isn't in it for the long haul. Like Kanye West, he's a pioneer, he's been in it for a long time, and all these legacy artists, they kind of created their own sound, and that's kind of what I'm going after here.
And speaking of Kanye West, right, what other great people, because Kanye is actually one of my favorites, right? Shout out to Ye. But what kind of influences, what do you listen to when you wake up in the morning before you go work out? What are those people that you listen to that just get you going?
There's a lot of artists that influence me, but I'd definitely say Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, The Game. I grew up on all those guys, the heavy hitters, Tech Nine, a lot of the very technical rappers, lyrical. That's kind of my style, but of course I got to say Lupe Fiasco and Common, all those guys, the great Chicago guys, and there's just so many more. It just depends on the day too. Like right now in my rotation, I'm listening to Little Brother and Foreign Exchange. That's more of like the R&B kind of hip hop. It's just I try to take in a lot so that I don't get stuck in one sound. If you go through my catalog, it's very versatile because of how many different types of hip hop that you can create, and I don't want to get stuck in a box. So.
And when it comes to all those different influences, I know you had mentioned earlier that your fiance actually is on your latest song that you did, and you guys can't see her, right? But she is beautiful. You know how everybody say they fiance beautiful. You know that, right? But no, she hot. So look, I want to know, is the song as hot as y'all look together? Like, the people want to know, because they gonna see her.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, let's be honest, people want to see her in this video, and she was in the video, and she did a great job, and, she's an actress and a model, so she's doing a lot of her own stuff right now, too.
And can we expect, I don't know, a YouTube channel from y'all? Can we expect, like, a couple project? Nobody's doing that anymore. Like, I know you said you just started, but what's coming? What's coming?
Well, I actually do have, I write ideas down all the time. I have this idea about a podcast that we could do together just to have like open dialogue. Because obviously, in this day and age, people are talking about relationships. People are talking about, couple goals and whatnot. And I just think there's a lot of light that we could shed, especially with, I feel like how strong our relationship is, especially in today's climate with social media and we're getting married next year, so maybe it's on the horizon then. Podcast.
Amazing. And I want to leave some questions for the radio, so I'm going to just ask one more. What can we look forward to next? Because I know you have, off camera, you were telling me that you have an open mic that you're going to tonight, and you're going to kind of test the crowd out with that. But what do you have coming up next?
So I have a show. Shout out Mike Fort and DJ. This is their tour. They're stopping September 10th in Chicago for their tour, and I'm one of the featured artists. It's going to be a lot of dope artists there from all over the country. So I have a big set, and it's going to be a fun night. A lot of vendors are going to be there. So September 10th at Ambitions Entertainment in Richmond Park. So September 10th.
Nice. And tell the people where they can follow you on social media or wherever it is that you are the most active.
So you can follow me on Instagram. So the tag is at @stank_nasty_, all lowercase. And then you can find all my other links through my highlights there. So I got it nice and set up easy for everyone to follow.
Beautiful. And y'all are going to hear more from StankNasty on the radio side. But until then, I'm Treasur Necole, your favorite Scorpio. We got StankNasty in the building, and you are watching Urban Grind TV. Peace, y'all.
This is StankNasty, and you are listening to Urban Grind Radio.